music, right? Y'all give the dog a hug.
How you doing? You'll be able to see what we're doing and where we're planning to go. That's the whole point of it. There'll be a place to print out forms to pay your dues and anything related to the New Orleans A&M Club and Texas A&M in general. So be on the lookout for good things that come from that. There's also a link to Facebook. We want you to really join the Facebook site as well to get quick information for this club. A final note, we have one of our members, Anson Chang, too. She is going to be leaving in a month to go to Vietnam to bring back POWs from the war. So good luck with that, and Godspeed.
The speaker now, he would have done this. But pretty important talk, and it's a solemn time we're here. But this isn't a solemn talk. This is kind of about my life and our life here and how we got here. And A&M is a big part of that. And I just, besides accepting Christ as my Lord and my wife and family, A&M is the best thing that ever happened to me. I grew up in Sherman, Texas, and we had a terrible inferiority complex. I mean, I'm a skinny little bunch, 120 pounds, big ears and big knees, and that's about it. And my dad was in the cattle business, and all my friends, and they had Miss Tucker Shortening, they were a pool manufacturing company, all Coca-Cola bottling company. I said, man, I don't know, I just had, I wasn't athletic. I did manage to get on the traveling squad of the Sherman High School basketball team, but I never got to play. Anyway, I got fortunate in homeroom when my friends held up their hands and the teacher was asking what college we're going to. I knew I was going to school, but I hadn't planned that far ahead. So she started naming all schools, she named local schools at Austin College, and TCU, and SMU, and the University of Texas, and said Texas A&M, and 2 or 3 of my friends held their hands up, so I put my hand up. The Lord looks after the Johns. So anyway, whenever going to school was quite a shock. I don't know, some of you guys went earlier than I did, but I left during the end of, not the end of World War II. And they still had rationing, and we didn't have any. They put me on the train to go to A&M. I got off about 8 o'clock at night with my foot locker at the train station at A&M. And it doesn't look like it does now. It didn't look like it does now. It was a desolate place. You can't decide what it looked like. Anyway, I was lost to the cruise. And, but the next thing that happened to me that was such a shock, coming from the 4th quarter of my high school graduating class, as far as grades, when I didn't do much studying. And, we got in the Guyon Hall. I don't know if the younger folks, is the Guyon Hall still there? But anyway, we lined up in there and listened to the speaker of for the mechanical engineering, dean of mechanical engineering. And he said, I want you guys to look down and count off 10 men. And I looked down and that's a long way down there. He said, one of you guys are going to graduate from A&M in mechanical engineering. And I looked back, I said, Man, what chance have I got? but thank goodness for the study habits that were enforced on us, man. I don't know, I would have never made it. But we were sitting at our desk from 7 to 10 every night, you know. Sophomore was walking the halls, having the board most of the time, but sometimes he didn't. That's the other thing that happened to me. We were just half the freshmen on the campus. The other half were out Bryan Field. So we had a number of upperclassmen, but not enough freshmen to go around for them to pick on and beat on, and they did enough of that. But anyway, when we finished that first year, I was one of 13 of the 45 that started in Seabury Field Artillery. And that built my ego quite a bit, just to be able to stay, you know, and go through that. And I just, that started me feeling better about myself. And it really made me, I think, the man that I am. And I regret the fact that we've done away with a lot of the traditions of the Corps, but those traditions were great. Anyway, I managed to pass most of my classes till the end of my junior year. And as I said, all the freshmen were at Bryan Field when I was a junior. They moved, so we never did have any freshmen under us. So the fun thing was these 4 freshmen came in at the end of the year to get their handles beat off. I know a lot of you all know what that meant, what it was. And there was no hazing on the campus at that time. I mean, we had to hunt for a board because they came up. My roommate was the first sergeant, and they said, we want to get in field artillery next year, and we want to have our handles beat off because that's a tradition that our parents had told us about, and our uncles and cousins and all that. So there we were beating these handles off after we found the board. And some tactical officer, everybody else was at the baseball game in the spring, school was about over. And this tactical officer came in and taught us all and kicked all 8 of us out of school. So I was expelled for hazing. First time I ever hazed anybody in my life. But they told me a lot about rules and regulations, you know, following. And I was out for a year and a half, and the best thing that happened is, like I say, the Lord will touch the dominance. If I hadn't graduated, I'd been over in Korea with my ears frozen off and hands frozen and all that. I finally graduated, got there in time to have good clothes, so we were in good shape. So I managed to graduate with my mechanical engineer's degree. I'm one of the 10, that's amazing. And returned from Korea, and I did reach my goal. I got out with an honorable discharge. That's a fun time in life when you don't have anything to worry about, but just get out with an honorable discharge. Went to work for a national tank company, oil field service outfit. And they sent me to Lubbock, where I met my wife. And we were married in a short time. I met her in February, we were married in June, and we came to South Louisiana, transferred in November. And that was in 1954. And one of the other good things that happened to me is while I was working for them here, and we were living here on the West Bank, and we were instrumental in starting the Presbyterian Church, which is still going pretty strong today, and we were excited about that. That was about the 4th good thing that happened to me. And I flew a seaplane down here for a long time doing sales and service work for this national tank company. But in 1970, the government, I hate to claim that the government did anything really good, but we were burning up 2 or 3 platforms a year, in the oil field, in the Gulf of Mexico. And so they came up with a bunch of rules and regulations on safety systems, and not only maintaining them, but not only putting them in, but maintaining them. Management always put them in, but they never got installed. So I knew about all that stuff, and so I quit the company I was with. 5 kids, but I was making $18,000 a year. But anyway, we started testing corporate. That's our logo up there, and ran it for 21 years, and sold it sold it in 1991. But in 1981, I ran into John Cacciatore, and we started Bar Incorporated. And it's been a heavy lift outfit and done very well. And let's see, I left out a couple of things that we bought this place in 1972. After I started on the company in 70, and but we've enjoyed living here. And Dorothy ran a day camp here for 20 years, about 100 kids a summer, and for at least a month, 2 months. We had horses, we rode horses and all that stuff. But I've got a brochure on this Bar outfit. They've done very well, super things that they've done. It's been so much fun. But I give A&M credit for all of that, because I never would have done anything without them building a little self-confidence and giving me a pretty good education and will to do things and not worry about making mistakes. And also they put the tradition in the upperclassmen, I think, did it for me. Just having to obey and no excuses, yes sir, no sir. It was good. And I hope it continues forever and ever. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Merle Redford. Merle has had a stroke, but she's here. And Ham Redford, I forgot what class he's in, but he did the barbecue for this Buster for 15 or 20 years. I mean, he was fantastic with great barbecue brisket and chicken. Anybody remembers that, they got to have a lot of respect for Ham. And thank you again.